Beautiful. I'm going to be using a handsaw on the small limbs on my way up, but on my way back down for the trunk, I'm going to be using a chainsaw. And since I am going to be using a chainsaw, I'm going to be wearing a hard hat with headphones for ear protection. I have on this shirt that has cut-resistant fibers in it, supposed to be chainsaw proof. It comes down to there, so below that I'll be wearing this wrist guard that has the same material, covers the back of my hand and my forearm. I'll take that up, put it on once I start using the chainsaw. Even then, there's the risk of injury. I might cut myself and lose use of this wrist. So I'm going to take this knife so that I can cut myself loose and rappel down. It's very hard to undo your lanyard if you have only the use of one hand. On the chance that I do get injured, then I will be using this tourniquet, and all this is going to be fitting in my pocket where I can access it with either hand. Okay, so I got my secondary lanyard on, got my spurs, have a handsaw. I've fastened one end of my safety line to my belt, and I'm going to be using the hitchhiker on the other end. I'm not going to take my saw with me. Instead, I'm going to have it on a rope tied to my belt so that once I've done my work getting up, then I can haul it up and not have it banging around as I climb. Now I can get this one on the far side. Okay. So, the learning experience there. I had tested my climbing line. I put my weight on it. I've even bounced on it to make sure that it was strong enough. What I didn't do was check it for sustained load. And once I started loading, that top bent over. I had my tie-in point too high, and the thing actually bent over, and I came down. Fortunately, I tested it when I wasn't too high, and no injury, but that shows the kind of problems that you can get into without professional training. Okay, so this is where I screwed up. Near the top of the tree, I had this as a tie-in point, and the small branch there is a little over an inch. The larger branch is, not quite an inch and a half. So that was ambitious and optimistic, thinking that was a good place to tie in terms of that being able to support my rope. Probably adequate, not really great. But if it had been a straight up and down stem, that would have been okay. But as it was, this top was bent to the north, and when I put my weight on it, this narrow branch or stem ended up bending all the way over to the north and then failing. And the big lesson for me is don't be so optimistic and try for the very top of the tree. You got to get someplace where you've got a good trunk that's really strong enough to take the bending, and this wasn't.
There are laws of thermodynamics and postulates. The most recent is Hale's postulate. If a 45-year-old man who weighs 200 pounds can climb in 100-degree heat, he's at his limit with 345. A 64-year-old man at 225 pounds and 85 degrees, well, he's 29 over the limit. So how can we solve this? Well, we can't do anything about the age. We're really not likely to do anything about the weight, so that leaves the temperature he climbs in. That needs to be 56 degrees. Then we have a delta of 0, and he can probably climb fine.